Hi guys and welcome to another episode of Guru Gyan. This is Saidev Guru and I'm back with another video and this time it's the review of the game between Leeds and Chelsea. 2 दिन हो गए काफ़ी थोड़ा लेट हो गया रिव्यू को but then काम भी होता है guys so थोड़ा सा sorry about that but then coming back to the game there are a lot of people who have been talking about the fact that एक bore fest था. The ISL game was better than this, which it wasn't. But other people have also been talking about the fact that it is counted as 2 points lost rather than a point one. I kind of beg to differ on that because of the fact that I feel this was a good solid point one on the night or on the evening wherever you are watching it. I feel that this is a good solid point in terms of game management sense because we have to play Atletico in midweek. It's not a great lead that we are taking to the second leg. We have to defend that, and we still have to play a normal we still have to play a normal game where we need to score goals in that particular game to actually be more secure about Champions League, about qualifying to the next round of the Champions League. So I feel that is also very important for us. Also, the fact that that's exactly why some players played today, like Jorginho played probably in place of Kovacic, because I felt in an ideal scenario Kovacic would have started in this particular game because now that Jorginho is suspended for the game against Atletico, it makes sense for Jorginho to start this game instead of Kovacic because then Kovacic will start against Atletico. Ball progression again from the Italian was very weak, but I kudos to him for sustaining Leeds' pressure in his own half and then recycling the ball, combining with his defenders more. Yes, there were a lot of back passes from him again on the night, but I feel it's better than losing possession in such a crunch game from a game management sense rather than just playing boring football. And I feel boring football, I would like to see boring football if it gets me points on the day. So that was kind of Jorginho's role. He combined well, but his ball recoveries were pretty weak again. But I can't blame him much because there is nobody else to actually take his. There was nobody else to actually take his place on the day against Leeds United from game management sense. Now coming to N'Golo Kante, I feel N'Golo Kante had. N'Golo Kante drives through the ball a lot because there were a lot of spaces in front of the Leeds United defense because of the fact that they were the wing backs are kind of man marking our inside wingers, and Luke Ayling was also on Mason Mount. He was actually tracking Mason Mount wherever he was going because Mason Mount was kind of flitting inside to actually give Ben Chilwell more space on the left. I'll talk about Ben Chilwell again because of the fact that Ben Chilwell was very bad, but I'll get to him. But N'Golo Kante, the space that was offered to him, drove through in that space, turned like a top every time. And he was absolutely magnificent. His defensive contributions, as usual, were amazing. His stamina is unquestionable, and it was definitely another N'Golo Kante show against Leeds United. Definitely one of my man of the match contenders. Coming to Ben Chilwell, I feel that's where the whole attacking phase was running on because Chelsea were focusing on attacking down the left. I kind of felt that they were focusing on attacking down the right because of the fact that there was another person who's impressing a lot on the right, but we gave a lot of possession on the left, man, because of Ben Chilwell. The amount of possession numbers that he lost in that particular flank are that don't make for good reading, and his dribbles were not successful either. His crosses were not successful either. Many of his crosses were not successful either. So it doesn't paint a good picture. What was happening for us on that flank was we were making good moves. We were overloading that flank well. Mason Mount understood where Ben Chilwell was trying to run, but then the final pass, that incisive pass, was always missing on that flank, and it was there throughout the game. I mean, even in the right flank, I feel Christian Pulisic was doing really well. His crossing was really good. He was coming into good positions, but then when we come into the final third of the pitch, you need that cutting edge, and we lacked that cutting edge, and it was that. like it was exactly that. Some of his crosses were really good as well, but it was just the fact that Kai Havertz was dropping too deep to affect the play. Mason Mount was dropping too deep to affect the play. Hakim Ziyech didn't have any desire to play the game, so it just felt that whatever Christian Pulisic was doing on the right, it just felt useless because of the fact that there's nobody in the box to take advantage of those balls. If there's a ball being pumped from the deep, there's nobody to actually run onto because we are too deep we're sometimes too deep in our own half, and we just give the ball away to Leeds United. And that was the kind of game that was being played by Chelsea because there was nobody to break the lines, to be honest. Something that Kovacic does really well, and that is exactly what we missed. That's the profile that we missed, and this is the worrisome part for me, because if we have to manage games like this come the new season, we need a player who can actually break the lines for us. Uh, I like a player of Ross Barkley's mold to actually do that. But he's not had a great season with Aston Villa so far. But I feel that if we are going in the market for a player like that, probably if we don't need to go to the market as well. There's Ruben Loftus-Cheek waiting for us. Pretty much, he is a line-breaking player. So if we need a player somewhat of a mold of Mateo Kovacic, probably a RLC can do the trick of what Thomas Tuchel needs in this game, in terms of probably supporting a false nine like Kai Havertz, because Kai Havertz, if he has to drop deep, yes, he has to drop deep, but he can't drop so deep as to go into his own half. That's not the job of false nine, and that's exactly where we were missing, where we are missing a lot of our attacking impetus. But talking about all that, it's okay. I mean, it's absolutely fine. You have to give credit to the way Leeds defended. You have to give credit to the way Leeds played the game, because they didn't look like a team who were on a run of losses till this time. They looked like a team who had a lot to prove. They looked like a team who uh, who were like the old Marcelo Bielsa team. I mean, they didn't look too gung ho. I'm not talking about the whole gung ho aspect of their identity. I'm talking about the resolute aspect of their identity that Marcelo Bielsa has instilled in them, and that's what they did. I mean, they really, really wanted to come away with a point at least. That's what their ambition was. They took advantage of our high line. They always used to pump balls in, so that probably a Patrick Bamford can track defender off, and a Rafinha can go into space or something like that. But that didn't happen. But they were trying that, and we kind of identified it, and we just didn't want to leak any goals. Somehow, our defending was again really good, but I think I think it could have been better, because then if Edouard Mendy is called in to make those two grandstand saves, I feel that in itself says that probably our defending could have been a little bit better to probably prevent those two saves as well. But in the end, I feel again the defenders did a good job. I think Ben Chilwell was a liability defensively as well. There's something going on in his head regarding the fact that probably he's not starting much. That's what he expected under Frank Lampard, and being eclipsed by probably a Marcus Alonso in that left wing back position is something that is playing in his mind. I don't know, but I feel that Ben Chilwell didn't do too well in his role against Leeds United. Andres Christensen, on the other hand, again had a very, very good solid game. He probably pocketed Rafinha on that particular flank, because sometimes when Reece James came into the picture in the second half, I feel Reece James provided more defensive solidity, but still he was caught out of position a bit, and Andres Christensen could actually probably be there to save the blushes. So I feel that was a really good thing that was happening in our game, and yes, this is the review. This is the whole review, because now I'm looking forward to the Atletico game. You managed the game well. You got a good solid point. The other teams dropped points. That's something I wanted to bring out in the video as well, because other teams dropped points, and it was not like कि भाई हम जानते नहीं थे कि other teams will drop points. There was there was there was Tottenham who were in on a good run, but Tottenham had a tricky team like Arsenal to play against, and I was getting that feeling that Tottenham will drop points against Arsenal, and they did. Everton again drop points against us, so it plays in your mind that okay, fine, we have a loss. It'll take some really good resolute thinking to probably get up and then say that okay fine, हमको जीतना है. They didn't do that. They dropped points. So, and West Ham against Manchester United, they dropped points. So, if you consider the whole picture, the whole meltdown was pretty much reactionary. I mean, it may be like that. Our result wasn't that bad. I mean, we got a good solid point. Other people were likely to drop points. They did, and now we move on to Atletico. It's absolutely all right. The teams above us will also drop points. Leicester 5-0 against Sheffield United, a managerless Sheffield United. That was bound to happen. But you look at our run of fixtures as well. We're supposed to play West Brom in our run of fixtures coming soon. So it is very convenient for us to actually make up those points now. So I feel it's a good. So again, I'll say that for the umpteenth time, it's a good solid point for us, and I'm looking forward to our next Premier League fixtures. I think so. Top three is a huge possibility. So let's go Blues. Come on, let's win against Atletico. And I'll be back with another video for Atletico, by the way. So stay tuned to Guru Gyan.